Is there a way to make your immigration case get processed faster? This is the number one question that I get asked. This is attorney Amanda Thomas. Today, I am going to go over 5 ways that you can get your immigration case processed faster. Thanks to the pandemic and the Trump administration, processing times have skyrocketed. These long processing times have been really painful for people. Long processing times have caused people to be separated from their families for months or even years. It also causes people anxiety because you can't know if you can begin to build your life in the United States if you don't know whether or not your green card application is going to be granted. In today's video, I am going to give you 5 practical ways to get your immigration case processed faster. And make sure to watch until the end because I'm going to give you a bonus tip to make sure that all of this waiting is not in vain. The first way to get your immigration case processed faster is to submit a request to expedite. If your request to expedite is granted, you get to jump the line, and this can be an excellent tool to getting a decision on your case faster. However, requests to expedite are only granted on a case-by-case basis, and you can only request them under very specific circumstances. Those circumstances are severe financial loss to a person or company, emergencies or humanitarian situations, nonprofit organizations whose request is in furtherance of a cultural or social interest of the United States, or clear USCIS error. Number 2, ask your congressperson. Your congressperson can help move the case along if you are experiencing an exceptional circumstance or unreasonable delay. You can ask for this help by calling or emailing your congressperson's local office. They will also likely want you to fill out a privacy release form. I will put a link to that form in the box below. The third way to make your case go faster is by making an inquiry. USCIS and NVC both publish estimated processing times on their website. If your case is outside of those published processing times, you can submit an inquiry. An inquiry will not force the government to make a decision, but it will initiate an investigation as to why your case is taking longer than they estimated it would. You can submit an inquiry by either using the online tool for USCIS or submitting it through email for the National Visa Center. But be cautioned that the published wait times fluctuate. You should be aware that the online tool for USCIS will not allow you to submit an inquiry if your case is within normal processing times. If you email the National Visa Center too soon, they will simply either ignore your email or email you back saying that it is too early to make an inquiry. However, a properly submitted inquiry can get a case moving again, especially after it has been sitting still for quite some time. The fourth way to make your immigration case go faster is by doing it right the first time. Simple mistakes can add up to months of extra unnecessary wait time. Not all mistakes will get your case denied, and not all mistakes will make your case go slower, but some will, and you have to be careful. One example of when a simple mistake can make your case take longer is in the very beginning. After your petition or application package gets received at the USCIS lockbox facility, it will get put in a stack of other petitions to wait for an initial review to see if it can be accepted for filing. This means that your package could sit at the USCIS lockbox facility for 2 to 4 weeks before anyone even looks at it. The first time someone looks at your application or petition will be to make sure that the basic requirements are there. These are things like signatures, proper filing fees, and passport photos. If you miss something at this stage, USCIS will return your petition to you. Then you will have to fix your mistake, mail it back, and wait another 2 to 4 weeks before your package is actually filed. This is an additional 2 months of wait time that you didn't need to have. Sometimes mistakes are unavoidable. There are just so many rules to follow. But you can try to cut down on wasted time by making sure that you're doing the best you can to do it right the first time. And number 5, don't get stuck. I have seen people delay their own case for weeks, months, or even years because they get either overwhelmed or angry. The government agencies in charge of immigration make you jump through a million hoops. They want tons of information and they want tons of documents. Sometimes, after you've submitted your petition, they'll send you a request for more documentation and even more information. Some people just get overwhelmed. They don't know where to start and they get really afraid of making a mistake. Some people get angry at this process. Their anger makes it hard for them to get anything done, and it makes an already stressful process even more stressful. The only way to get through the immigration process is by doing what you need to do. The U.S. government is in charge of immigration, and you have to give them all of the documentation and information they need, or you won't get what you want. It's that simple. Getting angry or upset won't change that. If you find yourself getting angry or overwhelmed, my best advice is to just take it one step at a time. Focus on one thing, check it off your list, and then move to the next until you get it done. You will eventually get there if you keep working at it. And time for the bonus tip. Pushiness is suspicious. Waiting for a decision on an immigration case can be really painful, but sometimes the things that people do out of this painful frustration and anger can actually look like fraud to the U.S. government. Calling or emailing the government agency in charge of your case over and over and over again is going to make it look like you're only in it for the visa or the green card. An example of why this would be suspicious is when someone marries an American citizen only for the immigration benefits. A person in this situation may pressure the government to make a decision on their case faster because they never intended to marry this person for love, and the faster they get their visa or their green card, the faster they can get legal status in the United States, divorce their American citizen spouse, and move on. Long processing times are causing people a lot of heartache and anxiety. But when it comes to immigration, don't let wasted time add up to months. Don't make this process any more difficult than it needs to be. I plan to make more videos about this topic and others in the future. If you found this video helpful or informative, of course, please subscribe and like my video so that you can be notified when I post anything new.